And welcome back to our favorite stuff. It's a brother podcast duo that we talk about our favorite stuff, usually music, sports, video games, if you're tuning in for the first time. Back to our normal intro this week. Thank you, Oakrest. If you guys really like that song, I'll say this for the last time. Just go check out their new song. It is doing amazing. They have like 3,000 views on their YouTube video.
Yeah.
They got like 2,000 to 3,000 streams. They're hitting it off, guys, and you might as well get on the train now. So, yeah. My name's TJ. Sitting across from me is Robert, if you're watching on video. If not, you're just going to have to visualize what we look like. So welcome. Robert, how you doing this week?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
Yeah, same old. Not doing much.
No.
Oh, playing a lot of video games. Playing Rainbow Six Siege. A lot.
Yeah. Back to Siege.
A lot.
I miss it.
Hey, I love it, but God, the community sometimes makes me want to like cry.
Oh, people that complain about a COD community need to play Siege for about 5 seconds.
It's really not good. You can't get through half. I hate it when you're playing around, and then the enemy team just starts team killing each other. So now you're playing 5v3, and it's just like, well, the round's basically over.
Yeah.
So lame.
I think I've told this story in the podcast before, but I'll tell it again real quick. My least favorite memory of Siege is when we were losing 5-1. Okay, my teammates got fucked early, so it's 5v1, right? And then
was it you as the one?
Yeah. So I'm Finn. So if you're watching on video, a gray cat has entered the frame. It's my girlfriend cat's Finn. Finn, get down.
Goodbye, Finn.
Finn. Thank you.
Oh,
Anyways, a little interruption from a cat. So it's 5v1. And
you're the one?
I'm the one.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm taking a little while. I got a bunch of time. Like, they died fairly quickly. Yeah. I got a bunch of time. So I'm just kind of taking my time. I'm running around. I can't remember what map it was on, but I'm kind of taking time entering the building, trying to find the best way, like make a bunch of noise, try to draw them. And I kill one, so it's 4v1. And I kill another one, it's 3. And I'm like, okay. I'm going to make my push now because I'm running out of time. I've got like a minute left, just under a minute. And I'm like, I'm going to get in the building and make my push, right? So I go in there, I kill one more because they rush me, kill another one, it's 1v1. I'm like 1 kill away from an ace. These fuckers kick me on my team. They've been trying to kick me all match and never went through. It finally went through when I was 1v1.
Oh my god.
I was 1 kill away from an ace, a game-saving ace, and they kicked me.
That's awful.
I had to stop. I stopped playing for like 3 days.
That's
I was
awful,
so mad.
Man. That's crazy. Yeah, it's so bad, the community. It's so terrible.
Yeah. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about today. And I haven't told Robert what we're talking about today.
Yeah, I'm just completely in the dark on this one, I guess.
We're, how patriotic do you think you are?
Patriotic? Like, to my country?
Yeah.
Decently?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
I'll, wear whatever Canada, I don't have any Canada merch, but I would wear it if I had it.
I've got some Canadian merch, but it usually results back to sports. Like, it's usually Team Canada.
Yeah, like I have, the Blue Jays with, like, the Canadian, whatever.
I have a Team Canada sweater that I love very much. I bought at the World's.
Yeah, so I'm pretty patriotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was watching a video the other day. I'll give you guys a little backstory before I tell you what we're talking about today. And this does fit into our favorite stuff because it is Canada, and one of my favorite things is my country because I live here. I was watching a video the other day, and they did a immigration test to see if they would become an American citizen. So I was like, that's a pretty cool idea. And I was like, would Robert pass this test?
Nope.
Well, guess what, buddy?
What?
It's multiple choice, okay. So I was reading about...
What, am I taking it?
Oh, yeah, you're taking it.
Oh, okay, we're doing it. No, I probably won't make it.
So we're talking about this today. I don't know what the pass rate is. I can look it up to see what the pass rate is.
I know to get into Canada, you have to have, like... You know what I mean? It's either be, like, really skilled in, like, a very needed field, either have a certain amount of family members or something like that, or be seeking, like, serious asylum from, like, a country that's ravaged by war. And I don't fit any 3 of those. Or I guess I would have family here technically, but if I didn't have that, yeah, I'm not exactly, like a brain surgeon. So yeah, probably not making it.
Let's see. Applicants must score at least 75% to pass.
Is it just knowing about the country?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a bunch of, like, I read up.
Oh, so not like, so this is like I'm already like a brain surgeon or something, so I'm qualified, but I have to take the quiz to see if I'm like know enough.
Yeah, they make everybody do this quiz.
Okay.
You need at least 75% to pass. They only give it in English and French because those are our 2 main languages.
I know English, so pretty good.
That's good.
And I know some French.
Well, I'm not giving you in French.
Yeah,
so don't worry about it.
I double fail.
Yeah, so I think it'd be kind of cool just to figure out. So it's from I looked at all the questions, and it's like a 300 question bank, but you only have to do 10. They give you
10 random questions.
10 random out of a 300, so it's kind of hard to study for. They give you a book. They give you a book to study. They don't just go, oh, how much you know about Canada. They give you a book. I
didn't get to read this book.
I am not giving you this book because you live here.
Doesn't matter. My last history course is all about World War I and II.
It is multiple choice.
Yeah.
So that gives you a fighting chance, and I'm giving you 40. Okay, 40 questions.
40 questions only out of 10, I thought.
No. So you need 75% to pass out of 40. I
can do this.
I don't know what that is. So we'll have to do math after to figure out.
I can do it. I'm probably not. Dude, my Canadian history is not very good.
The other night, this is kind of like talking about how we grew up, though. The other night when I was watching this one, it was Smoshpit that was doing it. I knew a lot about the American, the citizenship test. I'm like, I think I could score.
Get in America.
As long as they don't ask me to do it in Spanish, I'm pretty sure I can get a pretty good percentage. Maybe not 75%, but I'm pretty sure I can get a good
60.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe a good enough one.
But 75, that's a B. So come on, that's not.
I was looking at some of these questions today. Like I said, I selected the first 40 that came up. I hit random because I had a practice test, and then a 40 random questions.
So how many questions do you have to answer normally?
10. You have to get. They say 8 out of 10. Cause it's weird. Okay, so they do it at a 10, and they say 75. You can't get a half right.
So
why don't they just make it 80? Why don't they make 80 or 70 the passing point?
That is true. That's weird, actually.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
Huh? Yeah.
I'll tweet at the government of Canada, Justin Trudeau, be like, hey, these numbers don't make sense. I tweeted at Walmart the other day, and they didn't reply to me.
What did you tweet at them?
Somebody tweeted that they're like, what's Walmart got against TAP? Which is true. Walmart is still the only grocery store that does not have TAP.
Really?
Doesn't. None of the Walmarts do.
That's crazy.
And
especially right now, you think they get TAP because no one wants to be touching the keypad.
Yeah, so somebody tweeted, what does Walmart have against TAP, and didn't tag them. So I retweeted that tweet.
And tagged them?
And I was like, yeah, exclamation point, and tagged Walmart Canada, and they didn't reply.
Well, they probably don't just respond to everyone.
But
Walmart.
Speaking of social media, Rise Against liked my comment.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
That's pretty pog champ, I would say.
I was pretty happy. So, anyways. So yeah, Robert's going to be taking the citizenship test. I didn't take it because I was silently in class while I was looking up these questions. The teacher was rambling on about something. So I looked them up. So I didn't have time to sit there in the 40 and select them through. I just hit reveal answers, and they showed me all the answers to the 40. And I just took pictures of it. So we're going to find out if Robert...
Oh, God.
Before we do this test, though, why don't you hit that subscribe button on whether on YouTube or you're on Apple or Spotify? Just hit it, because then we'll be here. We'll be here every Monday and on your phone. You can hit that bell on YouTube, so they'll be like, "Hey, you know who posted today? Our favorite stuff.
Exactly.
You should watch it." And it helps us a lot. So if you just want to do that, that would be great. I don't really have anything to reward you with other than us, though. I don't. It's just us. That's what I'm saying. I'm just rewarding you with us.
Yeah.
That's about it. What better gift? Better gift than us, right?
Exactly. I mean, we all have our gratitude. You get that. That's worth something.
Yeah. I get notified every time someone subscribes, and I get to see their name. So I always look at the name and go, that person's awesome. I don't know who you are, but they're fucking awesome. Oh, and as always, hi, Kyle, because I know you're watching. All right, we're going to get started here. So, what do you think you're going to score in this? Out of 40. But just before we get started, I just want to know your expectations. 6. That's your solid 8%?
Yep. Dude, it's either going to go really well or really, really shit. There's no in between.
I think there's some questions I looked at and I was like, pfft. But there's some questions I'm like, oh, that's pretty easy. If it's multiple choice.
If it's maybe, is there some history stuff on there, I'm guessing?
Not really. It's more, yeah, there is actually. I'm looking at the third question.
If it's from, anywhere from, just about pre-World War I to, Cold War era, we might have a chance. Anything before that? No, actually, no. I know some stuff about...
I mean, we won't really care before the First World War.
I know some stuff about, like, 1800s, some, like, back in the colonization era. I know some of that.
How good are you on government stuff? You just had careers, or civics, I mean, recently.
Did it all online. Got, like, 4 worksheets.
Oh, so you got...
No final exam.
Oh, so you got fucked out of civics, so government might not be your strong point.
Just about, yeah. It wasn't... Yeah, and I barely did any of it.
I know, so much about the government because of civics, and then we study it.
I know a decent amount, but not that much.
Oh shit!
Because I was hyped to learn about it. I'm like, yeah, I know a decent amount, but this will really cement my knowledge. Nope.
Because with me dealing with like renewable energy and sustainable energy and stuff like that, we learn a lot about the government because we have to learn about like where bills get passed, and like we're always talking about the government because our thing. Like, renewable energy isn't exactly the mainstream thing right now, so we always gotta, like, keep up in news, like, oh, what did they pass today? Like, what's trying to be passed? Who do we have to go to get passed? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of government jobs for us, so, like, we learn about the government all the time.
Makes sense.
So, my knowledge on the government's pretty good. How about, like, just Canada? Like, the hell was that? Anyways, sorry, random noise off there. I just, like, squirreled on the random noise. Like, I don't know, like, how's your geography?
Not the worst. I hate geography.
I hated learning it, too.
Hate it?
Yeah.
So, don't know. Probably not the best.
Coloring those damn maps.
Yeah.
Anybody from Canada, you guys will understand that none of it is just, and all the water.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh.
It's a lot of drawing. Every year you have to do a map. It's like, okay.
Like, you guys in frickin' like... I don't even know where else they'd color maps that are small, like Australia. You guys in Australia are pretty lucky, because you guys are like your own continent, and and you probably just have to color Australia. Although you have a lot of water over there, too. Yeah. So I don't think anywhere else is lucky. I think people...
I prefer to color in all the water than switch colors every 6 seconds.
Yeah. So maybe I'm just speaking to you guys then, generally, everybody... If you guys have to color a map in school, I'm sorry, because everyone would suck. Because people in Europe got to color Europe if they do that. I don't know if they do, but like, could you imagine?
Yeah,
you know how many countries are in Europe, bro?
You can just color everyone that isn't your country. So they do all of Europe? They don't just do
I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
It's always their country because we just color like America gray because it's not. You know what I mean? We're not lucky. It's like map of Canada, so we color in Alaska.
Oh, yeah. I guess we don't do North America.
So they probably just color in all the surrounding countries just gray, because it's supposed to be a map.
So I guess somewhere like...
And it'd be more zoomed in.
So I guess somewhere in like the middle of like Europe, like, is Poland in the middle of Europe?
I don't know, either way, they'd be zoomed in though, so you don't have to do a little bit of gray. It wouldn't be that bad. No. It must no water though. If it's a landlocked place.
True. Alright, are you ready to start?
Yes.
Okay. Question number 1, and you guys can play along at home. Keep write them down. I'm going to give you lots of time with the multiple choices. Like you
can always pause it if you need more time. Pause the video and wait and answer.
It's really fun because and comment down below what you got. Like comment on your score, or like on our socials or something. Just comment down, which is
add us
underscore podcast. Yeah, what your score was to see if you can beat Robert too.
Probably will.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna start. Everyone ready? Pencils up. Question number 1. A member of Parliament from Montreal announces that she will spend her weekend in her electoral district. This means she would be A, in her office on Parliament Hill. B, visiting the province of Quebec. C, in the part of Montreal where she was elected. Or D, going on vacation.
So wait, spend time in her electoral
district?
District.
Yeah.
And what did reread the question? Like just a question?
Okay. Reread it all?
Just a question, not the answers. I know the answers.
A member of Parliament from Montreal announces that she will spend her weekend in her electoral district. This means she would be... And I'll read them again just for the sake of people at home. A, in her office on Parliament Hill. B, visiting the province of Quebec. C, in the part of Montreal where she was elected. Or D, going on vacation.
Okay, so this is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. This is okay, so what I'm going to assume is
I'm not giving you any lifelines, so there is a difference here.
Electoral district makes me assume it's where she was elected. Because electoral, where she was elected to become a member of Parliament. Makes sense to me. So it's probably not her office. Probably not vacation. Now, I don't know if it'd be Montreal, like the town, or city, or the province, which is Quebec.
Okay.
So I'm very torn on that one. So I'm trying to think about if it's by a city or by member. I'm going to say the part of Montreal where she was elected.
Ding, ding, ding. That's 1 for 1.
I'm going to say, I'm like, there's no way, because there's so many members of parliament. There's no way it's one from every province. I'm like, that was like actually a brain fart. I'm like, why would I ever think it's Quebec? I'm like, it's obviously Montreal. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Good job, Robert.
Just want to be very thorough.
Yeah, no, you want to be. That's 1 for 1.
Yeah, okay.
You're 100%.
Easy.
100% right now.
I win.
Oh, I just tried to scroll up, but I took screenshots of it.
Nice.
Idiot. All right. Question number 2.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I guess they don't get harder as they go, though, because it's random. So maybe that was like the hardest one.
Who knows? There's some easy ones on here. There was some that don't like a lot.
So that one's kind of a middle of the road one, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Makes sense.
Question number 2. After a federal election, which party forms the new government? A. The party with the most elected representatives is invited by the Governor General to become the party in power.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's a long answer, bro. I lost myself. B. The Queen herself picks any party to run the government. I can't even hide that one. C. The Governor General proposes a law for elected officials to become the governing body. Or D. The premiers of each province pick a party to run the government.
So wait, what was the first one again? The long one?
I'll read it again. After a federal election, which party forms the new government? A. The party with the most elected representatives is invited by the Governor General to become the party in power. B. The Queen. C. The Governor General proposes a law for elected officials to become the governing body. Or D. The premiers of each province pick a party to run the government.
So wait, the third one is the Governor General proposes
a law
for
elected officials to become the governing body.
Okay, so no, it's not the Queen. That sounds like horseshit.
Yeah, that would be a dictatorship.
The last one, wait, read it one more time? What the fuck?
D was the premiers of each province pick a party to run the government.
That sounds like horseshit. So now I'm thinking between the Governor General proposing a law for the elected officials to run it. So like, because that could just be like a formality thing. Because I know the Governor General is like what, like the fucking Queen's.
He's like the guy below. Yeah, he's like the guy that still connects like the Queen.
Yeah. So it could just be like, you know, a very ceremonial thing. Like it's gonna be happening, but he has to do it because like, oh, I'm the Queen, suck my nuts. Or just the first one, which
first mouthful,
which was like whoever was the most. But I'm thinking like if it was whoever has the most, then what's the point in even electing one guy? And I'm fuck, dude. Which civics happened properly?
Question number 2.
Would have been better. Shit. I'm gonna go with number 3. Son of a bitch.
Wrong.
It was the first one, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Fuck.
Robert's like me. He's very competitive.
Oh, I knew it too, man. I was like, what if it's some sort of stupid pleasantry? Like, what if the guy's like, and here I da-da-da.
No. And if I read it again, you'll pick it out this time. The party with the most elected representatives, which is what happens if you watch an election, they do it by writing, is invited by the Governor General, which is there's your formality, to be the party in power.
It's so obvious.
So you were right about the formality, you're just right about the wrong one.
I was so obvious, too. Oh, okay, whatever.
That's what I said. If I read it again, now that you know the answer, you're like,
it's fine.
Shit.
You know what? It's fine. We can do that.
1 for 2.
That's okay.
50%.
God damn it.
You're failing now.
That's fucking shit. Oh, I had that one, too.
Okay, here's your history question, number 3.
Oh, fuck.
Approximately, how many Canadians served in the First World War?
Oh, fuck.
7,000? 8 million? About 60,000? Or more than 600,000?
So it's obviously not 8 million. That's horseshit.
That's a lot of fucking people, bro.
That's like, I don't even know. That's like nothing. I mean, that's fucking ridiculous. I don't want to say 7,000. Maybe though, because I know we kind of joined a little bit later. We weren't very committed.
Now, this is the First World War.
It's the First World War, so the number is going to be obviously lower. So I'm kind of torn between 7,000 and 60,000. Maybe there's a chance for it to be, what was the third one, over 60,000?
So I'll read it again. Approximately how many Canadians served in the First World War? A, 7,000. B, 8 million. C, about 60,000. Or D, more than 600,000.
So it's probably not more than 600,000 because it wasn't really like we kind of just joined kind of like, you know, we kind of just did whatever. Like, honestly, we kind of just jerked off. Whatever. We didn't really. Actually, we did some cool stuff. I remember we did some
Think
stuff.
about it. In the First World War, we were still, because this was 1914, correct? No, it was 1914, correct?
Yeah.
So I will give you a hint.
I think it started in 13.
We were kind of like England
we were
at this point.
We
weren't England, but we were.
We only
I mean?
joined because of they joined.
So just keep that in mind.
How many joined? Like, so how many enlisted?
How many served?
Yeah.
So the actual number of Canadians that served in the military. This doesn't have to be on the
give
front
me
lines.
60,000.
60,000?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Yep.
Wrong.
Fuck, 7,000?
More than 600,000.
What the fuck?
Yeah. That's what I was trying to help you with. Like, kind of like, remember, like, we were funneling England, too.
But
like,
still, I didn't think it was that much at all.
Yeah. That's crazy. That number surprises me. I would have probably gone with about 60,000 as well.
Yeah.
7,000 is too low.
Too low,
8 million is too high.
8 million is obviously too high, even for today's standards. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. If they're talking about Second World War, I would say 600,000 because we're more of a factor in the Second World War. But yeah, I probably would have gone the same answer as you, 60,000.
Oh my god, okay, that's crazy.
So that's kind of your shocker question. That's the one. That's kind of like a question that they would throw in there to be like, you can't get
33%. Sounds awesome.
Hey, if we're talking about baseball, you know.
Oh yeah, you're fantastic.
Batting 333. Ready for question number 4?
Yep.
Hope you guys are doing good at home.
I'm not.
Kyle, play along. Actually, I'm curious. If you're going to school to be a lawyer, you should know shit, just in general.
Sure.
Speaking of Kyle, actually, today he messaged the group chat, and he's like, he was doing a grading rubric. He was reading one, and it said that it's out of 8 points, okay? 8 total points.
Yeah.
To get an A, it says you have to get 11 points.
Wow. So you had to
Yeah, you had like 100 and some odd %.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just thought of that.
That's
I just
crazy.
thought about how funny that'd be. Anyways, question number 4. Canada has 3 territories, but how many provinces? A, 13, B, 10, C, 3, P.O., 4, 5.
Wait, what are the first two? I completely blanked out.
Canada has 3 territories.
Territories? Mm-hmm.
Territories, but how many provinces? A, 13, B, 10, C, 3, D, 5.
10, isn't it?
Final answer?
Yeah.
Boom. Nailed that one.
Yeah, I knew. I knew there's 13 things in total, but 3 of them are territories, 10 are provinces.
Yeah.
So yeah,
good job.
That one's pretty easy.
All right, back to 500.
I thought you were coming to name the territories, and I was like,
I can name the territories. I'm not going to say that just in case there is a question because I didn't read all the questions.
Yeah, that's a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. First page done. How do I swipe on my new?
Well, I know the Northwest Territories is territories because it has territories. That's about it.
It's all the ones up there, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. But it's hard. 2 for 4 now.
Yeah, just reading these questions to make sure they're fair.
50%?
I mean, honestly, they should be fair. Yeah, you're getting closer. 50%, batting 500.
Awesome.
So, question number 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny also that you didn't give people time to answer at home on the last one. You're just like, yeah, it's 10.
No, they can pause it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Question number 5. They gave me a hard name to pronounce here.
If I get this question wrong, it's because you mispronounced it.
Fatima.
Okay.
Is a new immigrant in Canada.
Oh, okay. So
what law allows her to take a job at par with a man? A, the equality of women and men. B, the equality of all races. C, equal pay for equal work. Or D, equal rights. So this is a law question, like what if you know Canada's laws.
Now, I don't know. I feel like equal pay for all races and equal pay for like both genders is a bit too specific. Like, why would they think? You know what I mean? It's probably a more generalized thing. So it makes me almost lean towards either equal pay for equal work or equal rights because that just generalizes everyone. That way you don't have to pass like 16 different laws, one for gender, one for race, one for shoe size. It's just, you know what I mean? It's all in one.
Yeah.
also, but I just don't know, because sometimes laws do have stupid names. Like, they have, like, almost like catchy names, like equal pay for equal work is a bit more flashy than equal rights. So I don't know if it would be equal rights, because it just sounds more official, or equal pay for equal work, because sometimes laws and bills and whatever have the cool names, because they're like, fuck it, let's have a cool name. Like, fuck.
It's perfect that you're thinking out loud. It makes for a good podcast instead of just silence.
I'm just going to say equal rights, D.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You're wrong.
What the fuck?
It is equality of women and men.
What the fuck? Why?
Yeah.
That's horseshit. So why don't they just do it all in one? Why do they?
Because I guess women and men would cover it all, because then it wouldn't matter about race. It's just if you're a woman and a man, you should work for the same amount of pay.
I guess. That's okay. That pissed me off. Did you know that one?
What?
Did you know that one?
No.
Yeah, that one.
I would have probably gone for equal pay for equal work.
Yeah. That's okay.
Equal rights is just too broad.
No, that's yeah.
Equal rights, just
Still,
like
I never would have
generality.
thought about an equal pay for women and men or whatever. Equal.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That one I'm just wrong. That's like the last one I was thinking.
This next one I remember learning, but I was still surprised by the answer. Question number 6. From where does the name Canada come from? A, from the Inuit word meaning country. B, from the French word meaning joining. C, from the Métis word meaning rivers. D, from Canada, the Huron Iroquois word for village.
No. I think I remember learning this one as well.
I did learn it in high school, so you probably learned it.
And I have, alright, so there's a couple candidate ones. I know it's not, I'm pretty sure it's not the French one. No, what was the first one?
So I'll read it again.
Yep.
From where does the name Canada come from?
Okay.
A, from the Inuit word meaning country. B, from the French word meaning joining. C, from the Métis word meaning river. Or D, from Canada, the Huron Iroquois word for village.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it did come from some sort of native origin. And I'm going to assume it is D.
Final answer?
Yes.
Correct, you are.
Okay. I remember like that one. Yeah, village or whatever. Canada was, yeah.
So you're back at 500, right? 3 for 6?
Awesome. Because I knew it would. I knew it wasn't whatever the first one was with
the Inuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that it would have been like the Métis one or the other one. So okay, good. Got it right.
I remember learning that. Yeah. All right. This is about your morals.
What the fuck? How can you have a right answer for morals? Okay, I'm scared.
It's kind of about your It's kind of about the morals that Canada wants to see.
Okay, so it's like what the country expects from you morally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give an example of how you can show responsibility by participating in your community.
Okay.
A, mind your own business. B, have a party. C, keep your property tidy. Or D, volunteer.
Volunteer.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Yep.
Yeah. First of all, minding your business is they don't want you to do that. They want something bad is happening.
Mind your own damn business.
They want you to report things to the police and whatnot, of course. Partying is nice, but it's not like giving to the community. You're just having
Especially
fun.
not right now.
Yeah. Keeping your place tidy is cool. So yet again, doesn't really do much.
That actually is at a municipal level what they want you to do.
Oh yeah.
At municipal level, there's bylaws that like your grass has to be cut like to a certain length. Like you can't have like safari grass, and you can't have like garbage. Usually you'll get a bylaw.
Volunteers makes the most sense because you know what I mean, helps out directly right to the like town or whatever. So that's okay, yeah. That was pretty easy.
Like I said, it's what Canada expects of you.
Yeah, that one was pretty easy.
4 for 7.
I don't know what percentage that is now.
I think it's just over 50.
Okay.
Yeah, once it gets over 10,
it's probably about 60, 65-ish actually, because it's just above half. Yeah.
Yeah. Give an example. So it's question number 8. Give an example of where English and French have equal status in Canada. A, in schools. B, in the workplace. C, in the Parliament of Canada. Or D, at City Hall.
Parliament.
Final answer? Boom.
Yeah,
nailed that one. You nailed those last
They
two.
all speak in both languages. I've seen Justin Trudeau speak in both languages. I've seen them all speak in both languages fluently. And, like, you know, whenever if the Quebec representative wants to speak in French, they're completely allowed to, and everyone will speak French to them. And if they want to speak English, the Quebec guy will speak English. Like, it's all very nice for both languages. Which is actually really impressive that they all know both languages.
So Justin Trudeau is from, I believe he's from Quebec or he's from Ottawa. I think he's from, like, very close to the border. His father spoke French very well, and I knew that, like, last name Trudeau, like, I'm pretty sure he's from Quebec.
It sounds pretty French, actually.
He's French, okay?
Yeah.
Right? Like, his father is Pierre Elliott. Like, he's French. He came to our school a couple years ago.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. You, like, actually, like, were, like, shitting your pants.
Yeah, to speak about, like, climate change and stuff to us. Like, he didn't speak to the entire school. He spoke to our programs.
That's awesome,
about
dude.
his future for,
That's
like,
cool.
He was there, the minister of, there was, like, the minister of, sustainable energy, I think.
Because I'll be honest, like, I don't really know what I feel about, like, Justin Trudeau, like, whatever. Even if I hated him or liked him, I'd still be like, wow, I'm seeing.
So they wouldn't tell us. They came in one day to one of our classes and said, you're going to have a speaker that's going to speak to your programs, years 1, 2, and 3. But we can't tell you who it is. And we're like...
Probably for some security, so don't bring a gun and try to, you know...
We're like,
assassinate
okay. They're like, it's a pretty high-profile guest, and it's not 100% yet, but we have a day that he's going to be here.
Yeah, so obviously you don't plan to hit on him.
Yeah, they're like, we have a day, like, this is the day, but we can't tell you for sure if he's going to be here because of his busy schedule. We're like, all right, that's cool. And our two first thoughts, because Elon Musk wasn't crazy at the time. I still like Elon, but he's a little crazy right now. And David Suzuki, who's been a name in Canadian sustainability for...
Played for the Cubs.
Millennium. What?
Yeah, I know. Wait, he did play for the Cubs.
Anyways.
Wait, no, that was Kawasaki.
But yeah, so, like, we were like, oh, okay. Because Eric raises him, my buddy Eric, and he's like, does his last name rhyme with dusk? And they started laughing. They're like, we can't tell you. And we're like, oh shit, like, they're not leaving any possibility. So we show up on this day, knowing that we're only gonna have like a half day because we're college. Like, we had a bunch of classes, but they're like, your afternoon classes are canceled because of the speaker. I'm like, cool. And when I tell you there was security everywhere, like, I was afraid to, like, breathe. Like, it was crawling. I'm like, yo, this guy's like,
bro, I just started being like,
yeah, okay.
The whole time, just doing this a lot. Pull the phone up. Just, just kidding.
Yeah, you got shot on campus. So then I started kicking in. I started to think, and I'm like, is it a member of parliament? I wasn't thinking, like, prime minister big. Like, I wasn't. And then that day they told us before we were about to go down, they're like, your speaker today is Justin Trudeau. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, this is like, he's the prime minister of Canada. I'm like, I'm talking, like, I used to have videos on my old phone before I lost them all. Like, I'm in a small bubble. Like, there's about 40 people in this room. So I'm probably 30 feet away from him while he's speaking and shit. It's crazy. So, like, media was everywhere, dude. So we got up and he did his thing, like his written speech about sustainable. He's a politician. He has a written speech. And then he took a bunch of questions from the media. This is what I was most amazed at, because what I was getting to, like, by the story, because I kind of trailed off here, is that I was so impressed by his French. Because he read his speech and then he repeated it in French, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, because he speaks so well English, right? I was expecting, like, but no, it's fluent. Like, I'm like, oh my god, like, this is a different person. I'm like, that was insane. Fluent. And then, like, the French media would ask him a question in French. Like, they're like, they announced themselves, they were from Quebec, and then they would just speak from an event, and he's just nodding his head. And then just boom, like, doesn't even need like a second to translate in his head. Boom, like, he knows both languages.
Yeah, like, he knows it so well.
Insane.
That's why I think it's really cool, like, Parliament and all that, they know both languages.
Yeah, but that's what I was getting to. Like, I got to ask him a question.
What did you ask again?
I asked him because that was the point they were announcing, like, the by 2030, like, net zero and stuff like that, emissions, or like they were starting to announce like their beginning plan of it. So I asked him what. I'm like, your plan's great and everything. I'm like, but what's your further? Like, do you have a further goal? Which he told me I had a very good question, and he talked about that they have some things in the works, but they're just going to start. They're going to focus on the start of it before they focus on the end. That kind of thing. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty cool question. But yeah, that's what I was getting to. Is that sorry to tail off, but that's what I was getting to. Is that his French was amazing.
Yeah, I've seen it on like TV and stuff. It's good.
I was so impressed. All right, you're 5 for 8. You're getting up there. Can't do 100%, but you're.
Yeah, I have winning chances.
Now here's one that's probably a little easy, but maybe it's not. Question number 9, folks. We'll get back to it. Give the first line of Canada's national anthem. O Canada, our home and native land. B, O Canada, our province and native land. C, O Canada, from far and wide, O Canada. D, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
What's the first one again? I'm pretty sure I know, but I don't.
You black out, bro.
Yeah.
I'll read it again for people.
I'm thinking about it in my head.
Give the first line of Canada's national anthem, because I'm trying not to read it in the song, or else it might give it away. A, O Canada, our home and native land. B, O Canada, our province and native land. C, O Canada, from far and wide, O Canada. Or D, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Our home and native land.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. No, I knew it. I just got to be sure. Like, I really don't want to, like, answer a question too fast and then just be stupid and get it wrong. I got to be sure. Yeah. 6
for 9. Robert's heating up.
Here we go.
Most people can get that one right, I think.
Yeah. For a second, I almost thought it was, we stand on guard for thee, but then I sang it in my head, I'm like, no, it's
that's another line in the song.
Yeah, it is. That's why I thought. The other two don't exist.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. From far and wide, O Canada does. No, not exactly like that, but from far and wide we see their eyes or whatever.
Yeah,
it's in there, but not exactly like that one. That's why I pretty discarded that one. But yeah, okay.
Question number 10. How are members of Parliament chosen?
Okay.
A, appointed by the Prime Minister. B, elected by Canadian citizens. C, appointed by the Queen. Or D, elected by the provincial ministers.
Elected by the citizens.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. 7 for 10. You're sitting at 70. Think about it. You're sitting at 70%, which is not a pass.
It's not going to be the Queen because, duh. It's not going to be the Prime Minister because they disagree with them all the time. So, yeah.
So, at this point, if we were to stop like we were supposed to, you would fail.
Yeah, I'd fail.
By one question.
That's nuts. Close, though.
Yeah. If you get 70%, I might give it to you at a 40. 75 is more achievable.
If I, had the books to read, it'd be an easy rap. Think of the book.
I don't know, bro. I fell asleep on freaking reading my driver's book. I can only imagine how boring this.
Bro, if I got to do civics class this year, in the bag, done. Because I would have gotten that one question right. I assure you. That one about the federal election.
Yeah,
would have been in the bag.
Question 11. How are senators chosen?
Oh shit.
A, by the Governor General of Canada. B, by the premiers of all provinces. C, appointed by the Queen. Or D, senators are appointed by the Governor General on the advice of the Prime Minister.
I really don't know this one. Maybe I remember hearing something.
I didn't know this one either.
I kind of remember hearing something about this in grade 4, but I don't know. So I know it's not the Queen. I got these probably some eliminations. I know it's not the Queen. What are the first two?
I'll read it again.
Okay.
How are the senators chosen?
Yep.
A, by the Governor General of Canada.
So I don't think that's it.
B, by the premiers of all provinces. C, appointed by the Queen. Or D, senators are appointed by the Governor General on the advice of the Prime Minister.
I'm going to go with D.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You were right.
Okay, yeah. I knew that. Grade 4, bro. Grade goddamn 4.
8 for 11.
So I remember hearing that because it's basically the Prime Minister's choice, but once again, the Governor General comes in for formality because, still in, UK.
The Prime Minister 90% chooses them.
Yeah, the Governor General, unless he literally picked, I want Kanye West, I want Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, maybe a Hot Wheels dinky car. Obviously.
He's my pet duck.
Yeah. And I knew it wasn't the premiers because that just doesn't sound right. And what was the other one? Oh, yeah. The Governor General doesn't do it alone, obviously. He actually basically has no power. So, yeah, okay, that one wasn't that bad.
Sorry, 8 for 11.
Wait, so am I passing now? Maybe just barely.
Maybe. I don't know. You're on a hot streak, though. 12. How does a bill become a law? See, you would have learned about this in civics.
I definitely would have. I think I remember learning a little bit about this, but it was on a shitty worksheet.
A. Lieutenant Governor must approve the bill. B. Approval by a majority in the House of Commons and Senate, and finally the Governor General. D. The Queen must sign the bill. That was C. D. Approval by the members of the Legislative Assembly. This one's a hard question. This is so hard.
So the first one, what's the first one again? Because I think it's horseshit.
I'll read it again, just for people at home. How does a bill become a law? A. The Lieutenant Governor must approve the bill.
Sounds like horseshit.
B. Approval by a majority in the House of Commons and Senate, and then finally the Governor General.
Makes sense.
C. The Queen must sign the bill.
Fuck you.
D. Approval by the members of the Legislative Assembly.
Makes some sense. So maybe the Queen, because maybe that is the final step, but I feel like it wouldn't be right because they don't include all the steps beforehand. Like maybe the Queen at the end does have to because it's the Queen. But like, it doesn't say any of the steps before. It just says the Queen just says yep or no. And obviously it's not her choice alone, so I'm going to assume it's not that one. Otherwise, I think the question, I would have an argument against how the question's written. Legislative Assembly makes sense because I have a slur.
I sound like Sean Connery there.
Fuck you. Fuck me. I'm not saying it.
Legislative Assembly.
Yep, that one. Makes sense because legislation. Nerd. I can't. I'm just brain dead completely, I guess. Lieutenant General doesn't make much sense to me because, yeah, again, it's a one-person decision, it seems like, in that one. And so I'm stuck between it being that, like, the Assembly because it's, you know, the name makes sense, but the ledger, whatever, stupid, I'm, you know, completely brain dead. Or the one that has, like, the 3 different steps, because that makes sense. Because I know there is a process.
Mm-hmm. And?
I'm going to go with B.
Ding, ding, ding. Your hot streak continues.
Oh, my God. Okay, because I was going to choose D there for a second. I'm like, no, because I know there's a big process to it. I know it's different steps, and then once it loses one step, it goes down
it's
one. It's
extremely hard.
Up, down. And it usually bounces between the top 2 for a little while, because sometimes they'll tell them to each go fuck themselves for like 6 times, and Jesus Christ. All right, either way.
It's usually pretty hard.
That one was in the bag, okay.
Yeah. So you're 9 for 12.
That has to be a passing grade.
That's got to be. Sounds good. I might have to do less than 40 because we're kind of running out of time here.
I'm going to just blitz them.
All right. So, 13. How is a cabinet minister chosen? Good like blitzing this one. A. By the Queen. B. By the voters. C. By other cabinet ministers. Or D. By the Prime Minister.
Prime Minister.
Final answer? Boom. Kills another one.
That's what I was thinking of before. We know the Prime Minister joins up with the Governor General. That's actually, I think that's the one I learned in grade 4, because I remember hearing cabinet. So yeah,
the members of cabinet are all chosen by the
Prime Minister. Yeah,
yeah,
because it's his like what, like his almost his like.
It's like a king's jury kind of.
Yeah, like, it's like he goes to them for like advice.
His boys.
And shit. Yeah. So yeah, obviously you get to pick them because it's just they're just there for advice, and then they go with his like what he wants to do. So obviously they're gonna mesh well together. It makes sense.
I just kicked Robert into speed mode.
So yeah, okay, that one's pretty good.
10 for 13.
Okay.
People still gotta understand you, by the way. We're still doing a podcast.
Sorry.
If you guys can see it on video, head starts shaking. He goes into like he just had a fucking line of coke.
Like he just Jimmy Neutron moment, you know, he's like
brain blast.
Yeah. So
number 14. How is the government formed after a federal election?
Okay.
A. The party with the most elected representatives becomes the party in power.
Didn't we already do this question?
Not exactly.
The fuck? Okay.
It was kind of different before.
Yeah, it was a little bit different, but it's similar.
See, this is how they get you, man.
Yeah.
So A, the party with the most elected representatives becomes the party in power. The Queen chooses the Prime Minister from this party. So this is how it's formed. It's not about the election, it's how it's formed after the election.
Okay.
B, the party with the most elected representatives becomes the party in power. The leader of this party becomes the Prime Minister. C, the Governor General
Wasn't that just C?
picks...
B was the Queen. A was the most.
A was the party with the most elected representatives becomes the party in power, comma, the Queen chooses the Prime Minister from the party.
Oh,
this is the same one.
Sorry.
That's why I read the letter before.
Exactly, okay.
I'll start over.
Sorry.
How is the government formed after a federal election?
Mm-hmm.
A, the party with the most elected representatives becomes the party in power. The Queen chooses the Prime Minister from this party. B. The party with the most elected representatives becomes the party in power. The leader of this party becomes the Prime Minister. C. The Governor General picks a party and a Prime Minister run the government. D. Each province elects one representative to form the government. The Queen then chooses the Prime Minister.
It's B.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an easy one.
That one's really easy.
11 for 14.
Obviously, yeah, you vote for the party you want, and the person that leads the party obviously becomes the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
You're basically just voting for the person, but technically you're voting for the party.
Sometimes people micromanage it. They're like they don't care about the top federal level. They go, which is going to do the best for my riding?
Yeah.
Is kind of what we did, or what some people do. I don't do that.
Right, yeah, that one was easy.
15. We're starting to stay in the same area, which I think the randomization broke, but I don't know. 15. How's the Prime Minister
you shuffle a
chosen?
deck of cards, and like they seem all
and you get like a 3 of spades and a 4 of spades, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How's the Prime Minister chosen?
Dude, these are all the same questions, just different.
The Queen appoints the Prime Minister.
It's always the Queen. It's always the Queen answer.
They throw the Queen in.
It's basically 3 multiple choice.
They throw the Queen in because sometimes some immigrants probably don't know about how much separation the Queen in Canada legitimately has.
Which, yeah, actually that makes some sense though, because maybe you assume she has more
They're
power.
They're just trying to trick them because they don't want to make it too easy. You don't want to let anybody.
And plus, it's one of those questions where it's almost like a freebie if you know it, because you know it's not going to be the Queen if you know you're Canada. So it's almost like, when you're doing a test for like school, there's usually that one really obvious not it answer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of makes sense.
So A, the Queen appoints the Prime Minister. B, the Governor General with the Senate appoints the Prime Minister. C, the leader of the party with the most elected representatives becomes the Prime Minister. Or D, the MPs vote on the Prime Minister.
The leader of the party with the most
votes. It's easy, yeah. Right, 12 for 15. You're killing it. You're on a hot streak. You're on a good hitting streak here, dude.
You better not knock on that
killing
wood, or we'll be pissed.
Number 16. In Canada, are you allowed to question the police about their service or conduct? A. No, the police service and conduct is not open to discussion with Canadians. B. Yes, you can question their service but not their conduct. C. Yes, you can question their conduct but not their service. D. Yes, if you feel the need to.
D.
Final answer?
Yes.
Correct?
Obviously, we're freedom of speech. We're freedom to, express our beliefs.
Yeah, that's a hot question right now. We're not going to talk about it.
If you want to go up to a cop and be like, I think this law's stupid, I think you're stupid, your whole family's stupid, you're brain dead. Kind of a dick, but sure, why not?
And you're probably going to be detained because you just hurt this man's feelings.
What? Hurt my feelings.
That could be abusive enough. He's not gonna shoot them, Robert. I just said detained.
Yeah, but
it's not the Wild West.
You can express your beliefs.
You probably won't get charged with anything. You'll probably just be detained for being a dick.
Criminal dicketry.
Yeah. All right. I went backwards.
Nice.
13 for 16. You're nailing it.
Well, I know my cop stuff because
It's what you want to do.
Yeah.
17.
38. Hey. My bad.
He just did the old 3, 2, 1 clear to that old dead meme. 17.
I still say that every time. What do you mean?
It's dead though, Robert.
Probably, but
17. In Canada's justice system, what does presumption of innocence mean? A. Everyone is guilty until proven innocent. B. Guilt is decided by public opinion. C. Innocence is decided by public opinion. Or D. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty.
D, obviously.
Yeah. That you hear that everywhere.
Yeah.
Every democracy.
And it makes perfect sense. If they can't prove you did nothing wrong, you should not have to prove you're innocent. You should be proved that you're wrong.
Yeah.
You should stand on trial being innocent, and then they have to say, no, this is why he's guilty. You should come in and be like, here's why I'm not guilty.
I agree 1,000%.
That's how it works, obviously.
It's kind of like the conversation we had earlier about are people born good or people born evil. It's kind of the same.
It's similar, exactly.
It's similar to my stance. It's that you should assume they're good until
they say otherwise.
Until they murder
somebody. That makes
somebody.
sense. That's a very optimistic way to look at things.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm not optimistic very often, so it's good for me.
Mm-hmm.
18. In the 1960s...
Wait, what am I at right now? Sorry, what am I at?
You're at 3 below, so you're at 14 out of 17.
Okay.
So far. 18.
I got 10 in a row, actually.
Can I read the
Sorry, I'm just high up. 10 in a row.
Yeah, 10 in a row, dude.
Awesome.
You're nailing it. That's what I said. You're on fire.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
If we're playing, what's that mode in MLB The Show?
Horn Derby?
No. Where you gain the flames. It's like you do the season, it's the run to the postseason.
Oh,
March to October.
March to October.
If you're a March to October,
Dude,
your flames would be
I love
huge.
March to October. That's such a fun game mode.
Yeah,
I love that.
I like it. In the 1960s, Quebec experienced an era of rapid change. What is this called? A. The West Movement. B. The Revolution. C. The Quiet Revolution. Or D. La Francophonie.
Quiet Revolution.
Final answer? How'd you know that?
Last history class.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember learning that.
Quiet Revolution, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Ding, ding, ding.
I forget exactly what it was because it's been a long time, but I know it was the Quiet Revolution.
15 for 18.
I paid attention. I really paid attention to history. I love history.
I like history. I like Canadian history. I like American history, too.
I love it.
Just Canadian history is a lot more fun.
And it's a lot more relevant to us.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm doing, this year I'm doing ancient history to the 15th century.
That's cool.
Which sounds really awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm really, I'm most interested in, and it's awesome because we learned about it, was just about World War I to just about Cold War. In that area,
yeah.
Awesome stuff.
That's fun shit. Well, not really fun shit, but
terrible,
it's fun shit to
awful
learn about.
Shit, but it's cool. It's good to learn about.
Because the Great Depression's in there. And,
Great Depression's in there, World War I, World War II.
Yeah.
Everything's in there. Oh my god, it's just the shittiest time to be alive.
Literally. 19. In what industry do most Canadians work? See, this is a percentage question. This hurts. A. Natural resources. B. Tourism. C. Service. Or D. Manufacturing.
So I'm just going to assume it's not natural resources. Doesn't really make sense to me. It seems like, you know what I mean? It's decently big, but not that big. What was the second one?
I'll read it again.
Okay.
In what industry do most Canadians work? A. Natural resources. B. Tourism. C. Service. Or D. Manufacturing.
See, I would think either service, because service is a lot of different things. That's not like military service, right? That's just service.
No, that's serving the community.
Service is a lot of different things. You know, basically everything you can deem almost a service, because a lot of things are service. You're serving whatever.
Yeah.
Manufacturing is also pretty big because there's a lot of factories. A lot of factories around. See, this one's tough. I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose my streak on this one. I'm going to have to coin flip it, I think. Because, yeah, manufacturing is super big, but so is service. But tourism almost seems like a sleeper answer as well. Because, no, I don't think so. I'm going to say service.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
You got it.
There's a lot of things.
Service is a very broad.
Yeah, because it's super broad. Natural resources is very specific.
I can tell you from firsthand that's not natural resources.
No.
That's what I'm trying to get
to
do.
Very specific, very, niche, very specific. The service is super broad, same with manufacturing, and even a little bit of tourism, but I didn't really think it was tourism.
See, it's not manufacturing because we still import a lot. We're an importer instead of an exporter, so that's what would have ruled out manufacturing for me. I would have guessed service. You're right. Tourism's a sleeper pick.
Because it seemed almost like, you know what I mean, tourism, we're very, we have...
Well, when you think about, Niagara Falls and Toronto and, all those tourist areas and, all across, freaking BC alone, BC in general... And, you got Quebec, Montreal, it's a lot of tourism spots, right? So.
But, yeah, service seemed like the pretty obvious pick. Okay.
Yeah, good job. So you're 16 for 19. Question number 20. In which region do more than half the people in Canada live? Now, this sounds like an easy question, but wait till you hear the answers. A, Central Canada. B, Prairies. C, Atlantic Canada. Or D, Northern Canada. See, unless you know your regions instead of provinces, this is hard.
So I don't think it's prairies because that doesn't sound right to me. I don't think it is central because we live pretty close to the border typically, most of us. And central would probably, I hope it means in the middle, or else I'm fucked. Atlantic kind of makes some sense to me. And what was the last one?
Northern.
Northern doesn't make much sense because that's where the most dick-diddly amount of people live. I'm going to say Atlantic.
Final answer?
Yes.
You're wrong.
Fuck. What was it?
Central. Central's us. We're Central Canada, Ontario.
Fuck. Dude, I was going to say, if I say Ontario, obviously it's Ontario. But really, we're Central.
Mm-hmm.
What's Atlantic?
Atlantic is Newfoundland.
Fuck, I was thinking the wrong side of the fucking...
Yeah, you were thinking BC. Yeah, no, BC is Western Canada.
Well, okay, that's okay.
Western Canadian region.
I still think I'm at a winning grade, right?
So I think we're, just based on time alone, we're probably going to go to 30.
Okay.
If we have time, I'll give you a couple questions, or if your score is a little lower, I'll give you a couple more questions.
What am I at? 16
you
out of 20?
You are at 16 out of 20.
Let me do this math.
All right, math real quick.
I'm at 80% right now.
All right, so you've got 5% to give.
Okay.
Robert's starting to sweat. I can feel it.
Well, that one is
if you can't see it in the video or feel it over the microphone, he's starting to get a little nervous. Question number 21. Name all the federal political parties in the House of Commons and their leaders. Dog, this is hard.
It's multiple choice, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So A, you have Conservative with O'Toole, NDP with Singh, Liberal with Trudeau, Bloc de Québécois with Blanchett, and Green Party with Roberts. Conservative, so this is B, Conservative, Scheer, Green is May, Liberal, Trudeau, Bloc de Québécois is Duceppe, C is NDP with Mulcair, Green with May, Liberal with Ray, and Bloc de Québécois with Pele? I don't know how to pronounce that one. D, Liberal is Igantif, Conservative with Ambrose, NDP with Turnell, and Green with May.
Read the first two again. Don't want to hear the other ones.
So A is Conservative with O'Toole, Sorry, I'm starting to get fucked up.
It's fine.
A, Conservative, O'Toole, NDP Singh, Liberal Trudeau, Bloc de Québécois Blanchett, and Green Party Roberts. And B is Conservative Scheer, Green May, Liberal Trudeau, Bloc de Québécois Duceppe.
I'm gonna say B.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You're wrong.
What was it?
It was A.
So
Scheer was recently not a conservative leader, and the thing...
Really?
Yeah. So, this is what gave B away. There's a missing party in there. They did not list an NDP leader for B.
That's so horseshit. See, if I was looking at it though on paper, I'd get that. It's because you're reading them to me and I'm not paying attention to all of them.
But it says the correct answer, so I can't.
Son of a bitch. I know. That's just rough.
Give it to
That's
you.
just rough. Because if I saw it, I obviously would see NDP's missing. I just assumed, because I was listening for Conservative and for Liberal.
So, yeah. So that's why, and I knew Green Party's Roberts. It used to be May. And Bloc de Québécois, I don't know who Duceppe is, but I know it's Blanchett. So I would have got that one right.
Well, I'm pretty sure I would have got it right, but I know someone was missing. Fuck. Okay. Whatever. Oh, fine. It's fun.
I'm thinking about vetoing that one.
Well, it's just if I saw it on paper and I'd be like, what the fuck, NDP?
I'll give you an extra question because we do have extra in our bank. Because we're running out of time.
Okay.
So we'll forget about that one. So you're 16 for 20.
Thank you. Because, yeah, that one seems a pretty, okay.
22. Name 6 responsibilities of a citizenship. A, getting a job, making money, raising a family, paying taxes, mowing your lawn, voting. B, voting in municipal elections only, joining a political party, getting a job, obeying the law, driving safely, and picking up litter. C, caring for the environment, not littering, paying taxes, obeying the law, helping others, and respecting others. Or D, obeying the law, taking responsibility for oneself and one's family, helping others in the community, voting in elections, serving on a jury, and protecting and enjoying our heritage and environment.
I think it's almost C and D, but I think the jury one kind of makes sense because, jury, whatever. So I'm going to go with D.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
17 for 21.
Because the one with the jury kind of makes sense, serve your jury duty.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
They don't expect you to mow your lawn, and they don't expect you to care for the environment, which is really sad. But
vote in only one election makes no sense. But yeah, okay, that was pretty easy.
So we're going to go back to this kind of question here. 23. Name the 5 regions of Canada. A, Midwest, North, South, East, Central. B, Maritimes, Ontario, Quebec, Prairies, British Columbia. C, Atlantic, Central, Prairie, West Coast, North. And D, West, Central, East, Prairies, Territories.
C.
Final answer? Yep.
Yeah,
correct.
the one with Atlantic in it.
Oh, yeah, damn, you remembered that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're sitting at 20 for 22, I think, or 20 for 23. No.
Because I was down.
No, sorry, 19 for 22.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 24. Name 3 additional rights protected by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. A, freedom of speech. B, right... Oh, sorry. See,
I was saying.
Multiple
3 of those.
A, freedom of speech, right to own land, and right to a fair trial. B, mobility rights, multiculturalism, Aboriginal people's rights. C, right to ski anywhere in Canada, moving rights, and right to public assembly. D, right to vote, right to speak publicly, and security rights.
All right, read everyone but the third one with the skiing.
All right. Name these additional rights. Name 3 additional rights protected by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. A, freedom of speech, right to own land, and right to a fair trial. B, mobility rights, multiculturalism, and Aboriginal people's rights. And D, right to vote, right to speak publicly, and security rights. This one's hard.
Go with D.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Wrong.
Fuck. With A?
It's B.
B, fuck.
Mobility rights, multiculturalism, and those are rights, right? Like the rest of them are freedom. They're rights, but they're not. I think they're like part of like a different.
Yeah, that one's
tough.
That's a hard one.
Yeah. So you're sitting at
19 for 24.
19 for 23.
Not for 23. That's obviously that's winning. 19. Yeah, I'm at 82. I think.
Okay.
Wait, really?
Just on time alone, because we're burning through time here. We're already at an hour. We'll go to 25.
25? Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
So how many questions about 23?
23, yeah. 2 more.
Okay. Name 2 fundamental freedoms. Did I miss a question? Feels like I missed a question. Anyways. Yeah, no, I did, because I skipped that one. Name 2 fundamental freedoms.
One?
Because the one that you...
Oh, the one that made me want to...
was bullshit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So 25. Name 2 fundamental freedoms... Or so it's 24, technically. Name 2 fundamental freedoms protected by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. A, freedom of conscience and religion and freedom of association. B, equality rights and to care for Canada's heritage. C, basic freedoms and obeying laws. D, Aboriginal people's rights and to volunteer.
A.
Final answer? Yep. Correct.
Yeah. Conscious and religion and association, yeah.
So I don't think you can fail, but we're going to take this last one anyways.
So yeah, the conscience and religion association was saying. Yeah, I remember doing that in civics. It's one of the few things I remember from the online course.
Good job, civics helped you. Final question.
All right.
Name 2 key documents that contain our rights and freedoms.
Hmm.
A, the Canadian Constitution and English Common Law. B, Civil Code of France and the Canadian Constitution. C, Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms and Magna Carta, which is the Great Charter of Freedoms. And D, laws passed by Parliament and English Common Law. Now, this one's an important question because this could mean our viewers beating you or you beating them.
Can you read, what's the first one?
I'll read it again.
Okay.
Name 2 key documents that contain our rights and freedoms. A, the Canadian Constitution and English Common Law. B, Civil Code of France and the Canadian Constitution. C, Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms and Magna Carta, which is the Great Charter of Freedoms. Or D, laws passed by Parliament and English Common Law.
Wow, this one's kind of tough.
This is a tough one to end on.
So, shit. How's the question worded?
Name 2 key documents that contain our rights and freedoms. So these are the 2 key documents.
I'll ego it. C.
Final answer? You're correct.
Yeah, okay, easy, ego. Because it's charter, it said rights and freedoms. Like, yeah, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. It says it in the question and the answer. Easy peasy.
So 22 for 25 is what you finish out, which is what percentage, Robert?
1 second.
No, 21 for 25, because you were 4 off, because you got 1 wrong. So you had 21 for 25 is what you finish at.
21 divided by 25 equals 84.
84%?
And if I went 21 for 26, like I probably should have, I still would have passed.
So there you have it, folks. Robert is a Canadian citizen.
But if it was out of 10, I would have failed.
Yeah.
But still, I'm pretty sure I've still proven my worth.
Here in Canada, we're all second chances, Robert.
I'm pretty sure I've still proven my worth.
I gave you 2.5 chances and you got it right.
Yeah, because the more questions you do, the more consistent you get, right? Obviously, if I did 100,000 questions, even though there aren't that many, that would basically, you know what I mean, shows how consistent you are. If I did 2 questions, it's not really going to prove anything. So technically, I've really proven myself.
I think 10 is to make it harder. Because again, you don't want to let everybody into Canada. You got to know stuff about Canada.
Yeah.
Because I think the whole thing about the immigration test, because sometimes people are like, why do they have to take a test? Like, what does it matter? I think what it is about is to show your dedication to moving to Canada.
Yeah.
So you got to know about Canada.
Yeah.
They're not just going to let you in here just like, oh, I'm just going to do whatever I want. It's like, no.
There's also
here's how we do things in Canada.
I like the point system. You know, the point system, like, you know, your job or whatever. Yeah, they got some enough.
Yeah. So we don't just let some guy with no money into Canada. It's like, yeah, sure, man, just walk in and
so we don't
live
get
on the street.
overpopulated and all that.
Yeah. So yeah, we're Robert's a Canadian citizen. I probably would have been lower.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't say for sure. Like I said, I didn't take the time to.
You'd probably pass.
So yeah, comment down below what you got. Like this video if you beat Robert.
Or didn't beat me.
Or didn't. But like it. Like, that's what you should do. Like it if you beat Robert, and then comment down below. And if you're on Apple or Spotify, you can review it. Say, I like this podcast, BT Dubs, I beat Robert. That'd be great. That'd be great too. So thanks for listening. This was a fun game to play. I figured a fun game to cooperate with, and you know, if you failed and you do live in Canada and you're a good citizen, I would question yourself a little bit.
Well, you didn't get the book. It's bull. I didn't get the book either. I'm with you guys.
Get the book.
If you failed, if you read the book, you would have gotten it. I should have gotten the book.
Who knows? You can't, dude, I study textbooks, and it doesn't mean you're going to get 100%.
I probably would have. I'm pretty crap.